So you have this Arab woman that, wants to try to inform a lot of us black people about why some of her people don't like black people. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Why do Arabs hate black people? I was asked that question. Arabs don't hate black people. Newsflash. Okay, our prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his imam was a black guy named Bilal. So they have nothing against the black race. It's just majority of Arabs or Muslims that dislike black people have either been wronged by them or like some way wronged, or have heard stories of multiple people being wronged or like taken advantage of or murdered or something by that race. So they hold a grudge against that race particularly, but not all Arabs hate black people. It's against our religion to like discriminate against skin color, especially since there are a lot of black Muslims and we don't judge about them. So it's majority of whenever Arabic people are like cautious about black people, it's either because something happened or they just heard a story. For example, 9/11, how do most people compare Arabs or associate Arabs? That's a perfect example.
There's many stories that's been covered over the years. Sister Wangel has covered a little bit more of them than I have, of Africans going to Arab countries to, be domestic workers. And a lot of them have been abused. Some of them have been deleted. And I've said many times before, stop leaving your country and going over there. But this woman's justification for, her people not liking black people sounds no different than what a white supremacist would say. Well, I heard stories. Not that you did anything, but I heard stories. So stories supposed to justify you having this disdain for black people. Now, I will say not all Arab people hate black people. I get that. I understand that. I even have subscribers who are Arab. I remember one time I went to the car dealership and this Arab brother, he came up to me, and him, his wife, and his children. He said he loved the show and he took pictures with me and everything. So, I mean, hey, like I said, I got subscribers of all communities, and I always said I'm cool with individuals. If you rock with me, I rock with you. I celebrate with you. I'm your friend if you're friendly to me. I've always said that. Now, just open support of whole groups, we can't be on that because black people got to fix their issues and problems. But if you are a true ally as an individual, hey, I'll definitely be an ally with you on an individual basis. But this is my thing that I want to, just kind of say too. Whether it's some Arab people who have this disdain for black people, or whether it's some Asians, some Latinos, some Native Americans, some whoever, white folks, whoever, right? We haven't done nothing collectively to none of these groups of people. None of them. Now, what I will say especially to the Arab people in the so-called Middle East, the people that you should be angry at, you're not. Last time I checked, black people, Africans, etc., didn't go drop bombs in your countries and literally leveled it. It wasn't black people that did that. Not a one. It was white folks, whether they have a British accent or not. You understand? Yeah, you don't have those feelings about them. You still be in their face, smiling and everything. It's no stories about any of that, right? There's no stories about how they dropped a bomb and took out a bunch of your children, or how they dropped a bomb on a hospital in your country. It's no stories about that. No justification of having those same attitudes toward these folks. But black people who never did anything to you, Some black people just want to come to your country just to get a job, to work. And they being treated this way. I always say, why do you love the people that cause you the most pain and hate the people that cause you no pain? And if black folks really want to get on some disdain and hatred, they should actually have that feeling toward your people, ma'am. Because your people started the slave trade first with Africans. You started it before. The white man just learned the game from you, and he just did it better than you. And he built his whole empire off of it. But y'all started doing it first. And yet black people don't act that way toward y'all. Africans don't sit up there and say, hell no, them Arabs can't come in our country. Because look what they did. They the ones started the slave trade. I always say, I don't see how y'all get a pass. Because we always talk about, with the slave trade with white people, but why we ain't talking about the slave trade with the Arabs? The Arabs started it first. So yeah, you need to kind of chill out on that conversation. Because if we start pulling back them onion layers about all the slave trade that happened, and how y'all started it first and how the white folks got the game from y'all. And then them same white folks that y'all had his love for, dropping all these bombs in your countries, taking over your countries, doing all kind of things in your countries, literally occupying your country. But yeah, you there's no stories about them. Okay, I guess I never understand you other groups. You love the people that colonize you. You love the people that literally wiped your people out. You love the people that violated your women and created all these different colors in your group. I'm talking about just people throughout the world. You love these people still to this day. And the people that never did that to you, that's the ones that you got a problem with. That's why when judgment comes, it's coming for you too. Because you are hating black people without a cause. And that is sin and unrighteousness, and that always will be judged. And you talking about, you Islamic and all of that. Allah will judge you too. Because good and well hating people without a cause is wrong, period. But y'all let me know with this woman, in your opinion, how you feel about what she has to say. Because now, of course, there was a lot of people, even Arab people, that was getting at her in the comment section on that video. So I want to make sure I like to say things with balance. There were some Arab people that disagreed with her and was going at her and making videos at her. But there are some that feel that way, that really do, about black folk. And the only thing I'm saying is, we didn't do nothing to you. We didn't drop no bombs in your country. We didn't take over anything. We didn't do anything in your country. Only thing we ever came was visit, and some people want to work. And yet black folks are the problem.